Today we shall talk about the sources of homeopathic materia medica. Drug proving is one of the most important source of homeopathic materia medica. It is done on healthy human beings, on as many people as possible, on both genders, different age group and different constitution, so we are able to record the different signs and symptoms according to their responses. The prover should be healthy, intelligent, sensitive, trustworthy and unprejudiced, as they have to record the signs and symptoms of the drugs that they are proving. Physician himself is the best prover, as he can relate the signs and symptoms of the drugs he is recording to physiology, anatomy and pathology of the disease. Healthy animals helps us to get the objective symptoms and also knowledge of pathological changes that take place in animals. Presently, many in vitro and cell line studies of homeopathic medicines are also being done. Signs and symptoms observed through clinical observations or experience also contribute as a source of homeopathic materia medica. In practice, on administration of a remedy, if new symptoms appear and which disappear on withdrawal of that remedy, then it is a possibility that those symptoms are the drug symptoms which were not recorded in the proving of that medicine. These are the drug effect which was not obtained at the time of drug proving on the healthy human being but observed in clinical practice or at bedside. The clinical observations of the drug are noted in the clinical type of materia medica, like a clinical materia medica by Dr. E. A. Farrington and a dictionary of practical materia medica by Dr. John Henry Clark. Toxicological source of homeopathic materia medica includes accidental, poisoning, suicidal and homicidal source. Accidental source. One of the well-known remedies, Blata orientalis, prepared from cockroach, is used to treat asthma. This remedy was been accidentally brewed when the cockroach was boiled in tea and served to a person having acute bronchial spasm and was relieved after drinking that tea. Poisoning source. Exposure to certain toxical properties of the drug substance will reflect in the symptomatology. Example, among painters who have the habit of holding the brush in their mouth, which contains lead, often come down with colic or paralysis of nerves, particularly the radial nerve paralysis resulting into wrist drop. Suicide and homicide by a drug substance, its sign and symptom due to toxic effects can be obtained from the post-mortem, where the site, spread and extent of tissue changes produced by the drug substance can be noted. Toxicological source gives the pathological relation of the drug to the disease, and this can guide a remedy in an acute recoverable tissue effect illness like pneumonia or a chronic reversible disease. Example, arsenic poisoning leads to hyperkeratosis or hyperpigmentation of the palms and soles, which is also noted in our materia medica on proving in arsenic album. Chemical source. The chemical composition of drug substance helps to understand the sphere of action of a drug. Example, iodine is one of the components of spongia, and hence we find that the action of spongia, like that of iodine, is also on the glands, particularly the thyroid gland, the lymph glands, the epididymis. Also, both the remedies are known for respiratory group. Similarly, in Lycopodium too, we find that Lycopodium contains sulfur and hence its similarity to sulfur. Also, it is observed that Lycopodium is followed by sulfur due to its similarity. To continue with the chemical source, we have pulsatilla containing potassium sulfate, and hence the close relationship as complementary remedy exists between pulsatilla and kali sulf. By knowing the chemistry of the drug, that is, the physical and chemical properties and its actions, we are able to understand the pharmacological action of the drug and its signs and symptoms. Example, sulfuric acid is known for its corrosive property, and here in our materia medica of sulfuric acid, we have the burning in stomach and esophagus with sour acrid eructations. All the elements in the periodic table have been proved and are used in homeopathic remedies. A detailed study of the periodic table has been done by Jan Skolton, which helps us to understand the sphere of action and the mental state of these elements seen after proving. Biochemistry gives information about the biochemical action of substances, which gives knowledge about the sphere of action of drugs on systems or organs, as well as the symptoms resulting from its deficiency. Schussler's 12 tissue remedies is based on this knowledge of role of salts in the function of the body tissues, as well as the deficiency of salts in tissue resulting in disease state. Example: Califos is a constituent of brain, nerves, muscles, and blood vessels. With the help of albumin, Califos creates nerve fluid or the grey matter of the brain. However, deficiency of Califos results in degeneration of the nerves, causing nervous symptoms. This, however, can be corrected by replenishing it with Califos again and bringing it to normal. Empirical sources are the traditional sources which has been passed on from generation to generation. These are the primitive sources of the power or knowledge of the drug. These sources have been very well used. We have all witnessed the use of the empirical sources in the corona pandemic. Example: the Ocimum sanctum prepared from tulsi has been traditionally used for cold and cough, and it was very well used in the kadhas that were used to prevent the corona infection. Also, marigold flowers from which calendula is prepared was traditionally used to heal the minor wounds or some minor or mild inflammations of mouth and throat, which again contributes a lot to our materia medica. Study of plant kingdom. Study of the properties of various families in plant kingdom has helped us to understand the action of known remedies and the potential action of other unknown remedies belonging to the same family. Example: compositive family has remedies like arnica, bellispur, calendula, which are known for its injuries, like arnica for the mechanical injuries, the brain concussion; bellispur, injury to deeper tissues after major surgical work; calendula for open or lacerated wounds. Solanaceae family. The remedies in this family prominently acts on the brain and have a narcotic effect. Examples: belladonna, hyoscyamus, stramonium have known for its characteristic action on the central nervous system. And the last source that we will be discussing under the sources of homeopathic materia medica is the doctrine of signature, which is also known to be the nature's signature or God's nature's signature. The external physical properties of the drug substance, its taste, smell, juice, appearance, helps us with the means of understanding their therapeutic powers in relation to the organ affected or the pathogenicity, that is, the disease symptoms in the patient. It is also explained as the relation between the external physical properties of the drug substance and the sign and symptoms of the patient or the organ affected. Here are few examples, like chelidonium juice is yellow colored, and as per the doctrine of signature, as it resembles the bile juice, it is indicated in the liver or the bile affections in cases of jaundice. Euphrasia. The petals of Euphrasia flower have a black spot on them which resembles the human pupil, and thus it is indicated in the eye complaints, which has been also seen on proving of these drugs. Thank you so much for listening to my sources of homeopathic materia medica. All the best.